everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Libby and I like to talk about all things books. It would appear that I have done a little bit of damage in Waterstones from this gigantic bag. In my defence, 3 books that I bought were actually gifts for family and they are not in this bag. Because they're gifts, I'm not actually going to show them in this video. So what's in the bag isn't as bad as what it looks. I think there's maybe 7 books in here. I recently had my 30th birthday. It was just over a week ago, and for my birthday I had 2 Waterstones gift cards and some money. So I thought that I would, of course, on my birthday, go to Waterstones. I was actually so excited to go to Waterstones. I haven't been to Waterstones to actually buy anything in such a long time. This was like a really big treat for me and I really enjoyed spending my birthday buying books. I will start off with the 3 items that actually aren't books. The first things that I got were 3 bookmarks. The first bookmark I got is actually for my wife. It has all different dinos on it and she loves dinosaurs, so I got that one. The second bookmark I got is Elmer because I absolutely adore Elmer. He is one of my favourite children's book characters from my childhood, so I had to pick up the Elmer bookmark when I saw it. And then this was the 3rd bookmark I got with the dragon on, and it says a legendary read. And if you know me, you know that I'm absolutely obsessed with dragons, so I picked this one up when I saw it as well. Those were the 3 bookmarks that I picked up in my little birthday trip to Waterstones. I have this little pot of bookmarks that lives on my book cart. There's absolutely loads of bookmarks in here, probably way more bookmarks than one person ever needs, but these will be added to my little collection, and then every time I read a book I just grab a bookmark, and yeah, so they will live in this little pot. I did in fact buy 7 books, I was correct. I'm gonna go through all of these with you. 2 of them were in the sale for £1, which was really exciting. And then the rest of them were like full price. The first book I got is called Tenderness by Alison McLeod. This one was £1 in the sale. I was really drawn in by the cover. It gave sort of a little life vibes, I was thinking. I will read the blurb. It says, D.H. Lawrence is dying. Exiled in the Mediterranean, he dreams of the past. In New York, Jacqueline Kennedy slips into a hearing where a book is on trial. In a famous library, a young couple meet and make love in the restricted section. Their different stories loop and entangle until the jury enters the court. As the trial unfolds on both sides of the Atlantic, society asks and continues to ask, is it obscenity or is it tenderness? I don't really know anything else about what this is about. I'm really intrigued by this book and I really think it's going to be quite gripping. It says it was voted Book of the Year by the New York Times, the White Review and the Spectre, which I imagine is a good thing. And there are pages of like positive feedback in the book. I'm really excited to read this one. I feel like it's going to be really good. I'm just really intrigued. I feel like I want to read this now, but I've got too many on my plate right now to add another one to the mix, especially one that's like 600 pages. I then bought the Mime order. I haven't actually read the Bone Season yet, but I do have it. I am hoping to read the Bone Season soon, so I thought I'd buy the Mime order to read after that. Samantha Shannon is one of those like auto-buy authors, so even though I haven't read the Bone Season yet, I've loved her other books so much, I know that I'm really going to be invested in the Bone Season because I love Samantha Shannon's writing so much, and she's just like such an auto-buy author for me. The only problem is I have got 2 books from this series in hardback. This is a paperback, which I didn't really think about when I bought it. I was just thinking more hardbacks really hurt my wrist and my fingers, so I thought I'll get the paperback because it's going to be easier on my joints, but I might have to buy the paperbacks now and sell the hardbacks. Maybe. I'm not too sure because I don't want both. The hardbacks do look prettier though, but paperbacks are easier to read, so I will make my decision when I make my decision. I'm not going to read the blurb of that one because I haven't read the first one. I also don't want to give spoilers. So yes, I'm not going to read the blurb of that one. Just know that it's probably a brilliant book. The next book I got is The Wind Weaver by Julie Johnson. This is definitely the cover made me buy it. I thought it looked absolutely gorgeous. I won't lie. I will read the back for you. Halfling Raya Fleetwood has been hunted and now she's about to be executed. Captors await the arrival of savage commander Scythe, but the only person his keen blade will spare is Raya. Why? The strange birthmark on her chest and the wind she weaves mark Raya as a remnant. One of 4 souls fated to balance magic. I don't know how you pronounce that spelling. Magic. Magic. I'm not sure. Now the Scythe is dragging her to the Northland as his prisoner. Raya knows she must master her power and escape, but something is keeping her at Scythe's side. Inside her, a tempest roars, terror and desire. Soon she knows she must choose. Follow her magic or her heart. Follow her magic or her heart. I don't know how you pronounce that word. Maegic. Sorry, I also get very confused in my head over G and J, and I have to really think about it when I'm trying to think about which one it is. I'm dyslexic, so I get really confused by certain things. I would pronounce it magic, but I think it could be a different spelling of magic. It might be a different spelling from a different language. I'm not really sure, but I'd pronounce it magic, but it just doesn't sound right. Regardless, this book sounds really, really good. The pronunciation is kind of besides the point. This book sounds amazing and I'm really excited to read it. The next book I got was another book for £1, which I can't even believe that they had books on clearance for £1. It's called Whaler and I really like the cover. I think it's really cool. Something different. I will read the back for you. Ronki? Oh God, why can't I pronounce anything? I'm gonna go with Ronki. Ronki wants happily ever after and 2.2 kids. How do you have 2.2 kids? She's dating Keudi and wants him to be the one. Her friends think he's just another long line of dodgy Nigerian boyfriends. Boo has what Ronki wants. Kind husband and a gorgeous child, but she's frustrated, unfulfilled and desperate to remember who she used to be. Timmy is the golden one with the perfect lifestyle and a career. No one knows she's crippled by imposter syndrome and tempted to pack it all in each time her boss mentions her urban vibe. Her husband thinks they're trying for a baby. She's not. When the high-flying, charismatic Isabel explodes into the group, she seems to bring out the best in each woman. But the more Isabel intervenes, the more chaos sows, until Ronki, Simi and Boo's lifelong friendship begins to crack. How close to the edge will she push them? The stylist has said full of food, humour and pitch-perfect observation. That sounds so intriguing. I really enjoy books where like there's a big friendship group and something happens that sort of disrupts the dynamic between them all and you start to notice things from like years and years ago bleed through the cracks and sort of come out in present day. So I'm really excited to read this one. I hope it kind of follows that flow, that sort of timeline of events, because it sounds really good. The 5th book I got is Quarter Love Crisis by Jasmine Burke. I actually started following Jasmine on, I think it was TikTok, when she was still writing this book, and it was so interesting to follow her journey through writing it and sort of chat with her about her writing process and things like that. It was really cool to watch that, I guess watch it from start to finish, of like writing it, publishing it, and then the like PR side of things and the press side of things. And now her second book is available to pre-order, which is so exciting. Like I'm really, I don't know, I feel like a proud mum, which is an odd thing to say because I don't actually know her personally. Madison Clark has always lived by tick lists, schedules, and 5-year plans. So she didn't foresee being this close to 30 and still living at home in an assistant role with the closest thing to a romantic relationship being her grocery delivery driver. But when she lands the opportunity to lead on the company's biggest event to date, Madison sees a chance to get her life back on track. There is just one problem. She needs to join forces with Aidan Edwards, her longtime rival and the infuriatingly handsome bane of her existence. Why are they always so infuriatingly handsome?
But he's got calloused hands.
They always have calloused hands as well. They're always so handsome. Give me a character that she's not immediately attracted to and the attraction doesn't come until after she's fallen for him. That would be great. I'm sure this is a great book. I'm not picking on this book in particular. I'm picking on all romance books. Why does she not think he's ugly to begin with? Well, I suppose if she thought he was ugly, she wouldn't go for him. That's besides the point. As the two are forced closer together, Madison begins to wonder if this simmering tension between them is truly nothing more than hate. Madison's quarter-life crisis seems to be turning into a quarter-love crisis, and that was not part of the plan. I'm really excited for this book. I live in quite a small city, so we tend to have quite a small selection of books to choose from. I mean, our Waterstones is all one floor, and it's a very small shop. When I go to other Waterstones, I get a bit overwhelmed because they're so big. I don't know what to do with myself. So when I saw Jasmine's book, I got very, very excited and was like, I'm having that immediately. I can't wait to read it. I'm just so excited. And I do love an enemies to lovers. Like, it's one of my favorite tropes. So I'm probably really going to enjoy this. I also bought Overgrowth by Myra Grant. This is such a gorgeous cover and it really drew me in. And then I recognized it and was like, oh, I've heard so many good things about this book. So I picked this one up because I'm really intrigued. At age 3, Anastasia Miller walked into the forest and disappeared. 3 days and 6 hours later, something that looked just like her walked back out. Ooh. Wonder if this is inspired by that little boy that went missing for like 2-3 days in the Appalachian Mountains. Returning home, Stasia insisted that she was an alien disguised as a human being and that the armada that left her on Earth is coming for her. Since that day, she has told anyone who would listen. No one has believed her until now. With an alien signal from the stars being broadcast around the world, humanity is finally starting to realise that it's already been warned and it may be too late. The invasion is coming and Stasia's biological family is on the way to bring her home, and very few family reunions are willing to cross the gulf of space just for one misplaced child. What happens when you know what's coming and just refuse to listen? I'm really excited to delve more into science fiction and like that kind of realm because I love fantasy and I also really love Doctor Who, and I know Doctor Who is kind of like very basic science fiction. It's like entry science fiction, I feel, especially for a lot of people that are very big sci-fi fans. But I feel like because I love fantasy and I love Doctor Who, I feel like I would really love science fiction. I just have never really given it a chance. I really do think science fiction is for me. I just need to give it more of a chance. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. Also, I want to know what happened to Anastasia. Where did Anastasia go? Was she killed? Are they gonna... Oh, I'm so intrigued. Okay. Ooh. And the final book I bought is called Firstborn of the Sun, and I must admit, 100% I bought this book for the cover because I'm sorry, how beautiful is that cover? How could I leave it? I didn't even read the back. I saw it on the shelf, picked it up, went to check out. Young Law has no Ajbara. Young Laurie. Young Law has no Ajbara. I am butchering all these words. I am so sorry. The truth she must conceal from everyone, including her best friend, Alawani, on pain of death. And the gods declare Alawani a high priest, the god's oracle. He faces a terrible trial likely to kill him. Unwilling to lose her friend, Law vows to save him, but as she does, a forbidden shadow magic pours out of her. Exiled, Law and Alawani seek sanctuary in a forbidden land beyond Oru. Here lies the home of Law's secret shadow magic, but great powers are gathering. But Law and Alawani cannot help but be at the centre of this conflict, a war that could split them apart and bring down their world. I just can't believe how gorgeous this cover is. And it sounds really like captivating. It sounds so interesting. And I love I love fantasy where they need to discover the origins of their magic and they need to fully understand where their powers come from to sort of understand themselves more and understand how they fit in the world. I find that really, really intriguing and it really grabs me. So I'm really excited to read this one. It sounds so, so good. And yeah, those were the 7 books that I bought for my birthday. I am really, really excited to read them. I actually think they all sound really good. I think I did pretty well here with the books that I got. Obviously, I won't be reading the Mime order until I've read the Bone season. But apart from that, I can pretty much read these whenever I want. Because they're not if they are part of a series, they're the first in a series. But I don't think, apart from the Mime order, that any of them are part of a series. So that's really good because I really shouldn't be starting any more series right now. I've got so many on the go, it's absolutely ridiculous. I am going to film a June wrap-up soon. Haven't actually read many books in June, so I'm not too sure how long the video will be, but I'm going to film a June wrap-up soon of the books I read. I've read 4, potentially 5. I've got 13% of a book left, which is about 80 pages. So depending on whether or not I can finish that by the end of today will depend on whether I read 4 or 5 books in June. But I will film that and have that out soon. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I would love to know if you've read any of these and what you thought of them. I don't know, if you think if they sounded good and you think that you might pick them up from the blurb that I read out, let me know. I'd also love to know who your auto-buy authors are, because I mentioned Samantha Shannon is an auto-buy author for me. I have quite a few auto-buy authors. I'd love to know if you have any. That would be really interesting to know. And yeah, I will see you again soon. Like, comment and subscribe if you liked the video, and I will see you soon.